Kelvin fashion. He didn't keep his word on that. He'd rather spend that money on his side chick. Bought her a Ferrari as a push present, but that car, according to the Daily Mail, got repossessed the day after Wendy announced the divorce. You know you can't afford those type of toys, Kev.
I don't recommend that you work with your husband because I made him my manager, and then when I decided to divorce him, he had to be fired. In other words, I made him divorced and unemployed all in one day.
Get ready, because this Wendy Williams situation is taking another wild turn. And honestly, it might be one of the most dramatic developments yet. Just when it seemed like Wendy was slowly putting her life back together and moving forward after everything she's been through, new claims are surfacing that are pulling her right back into chaos. This time, the spotlight isn't just on her ex-husband, Kevin Hunter, it's also on Sharina Hudson, who insiders now say is urgently trying to reach Wendy with a serious warning. According to rumors, she's not just speaking out, she's practically begging Wendy to pay attention before things spiral again. That alone raises a big question. What could be so serious that it's pushing her to this point? And even more importantly, is Wendy taking any of this seriously?
A shout out to my husband. I'm still wearing my ring. He's my best friend, he's my lover, he's all this and he's all that. I know what you've been seeing, and I knew what the streets have been talking about.
Picture a moment that feels almost cinematic. A high-rise apartment in Manhattan, city lights glowing outside, and inside, a conversation filled with tension, urgency, and emotion. According to the narrative being painted by so-called insiders, Shireena is trying to get through to Wendy, laying everything out and urging her not to ignore the warning signs. At the same time, rumors are spreading fast. Claims about hidden financial activity, quiet meetings happening behind the scenes, and decisions being influenced without Wendy even realizing it. Whether all of this is true or exaggerated, one thing is certain. The story has captured attention because it feels like something big could be unfolding just out of sight.
Wendy set the record straight on reports that her husband, Kevin Hunter, allegedly had a years-long affair with a massage therapist.
I am still very much in love with my husband, and anybody who's been married for 5 minutes or 500 years, you know, marriages have ebbs and flows. Marriages are not easy. Don't ask me about mine until you see this gone. And it ain't going anywhere.
To really understand why the situation has people talking, you have to go back to when Wendy Williams and Kevin Hunter were still together. At one point, they were seen as one of the strongest partnerships in daytime television. Wendy was the face everyone knew, bold, unfiltered, and impossible to ignore, while Kevin worked behind the scenes, helping manage the business side of things and shaping the direction of her career. Together, they built something huge. But over time, that picture-perfect image started to crack. Stories began to surface suggesting that things behind closed doors were far more complicated than what the public saw. Allegations of cheating, reports of extravagant spending, and claims of a second life slowly began to overshadow the success they had built together.
Wendy Williams' husband has filed a $260 million lawsuit claiming that Wendy is being held against her will in an illegal guardianship, has caused all sorts of financial and emotional damage. The problem is, he's divorced from her, and she doesn't like her much.
No, it was not a great divorce.
She didn't like him much.
And even though she's had to pay him out a whole lot of money over a lot of years, she doesn't want him a part of this, and you know this straight from the source.
Well, I know it straight from the source because before I talked to the source, meaning Wendy, it was just apparent to me. I mean, he's filing this as Kevin Hunter, her friend. I mean, when does a friend have standing to file a 200? She had no idea about this lawsuit.
For Wendy, this wasn't just a headline. It was her real life, unraveling in front of millions of people. When the marriage eventually ended, it didn't feel like a clean break. Instead, it felt like the fallout continued, with financial ties, emotional baggage, and public attention keeping everything alive long after the divorce. Now, years later, Sharina Hudson has unexpectedly become part of the conversation in a much bigger way. Previously known mainly through her connection to Kevin, she is now being described by insiders as someone who has seen more than people realize. According to these accounts, she spent a long time observing Kevin's behavior, both in personal and professional settings, and now she's allegedly decided to speak up.
She is tired of hiding the relationship, okay? She's tired of being a side bitch. She's tired of having abortions and shit like that. And she just wants Wendy out of the picture so that she can live her life out and free with her man and not have to sneak and meet Kevin in random places and shit like that, okay? And so
What makes this twist so interesting is the claim that she's not doing it quietly. Instead, she's reportedly trying to directly reach Wendy, sharing concerns about patterns she believes are repeating themselves. The suggestion is that Kevin hasn't changed as much as people might think, and that some of the same dynamics from the past could still be playing out in different ways. Whether that's true or not is still unclear, but the idea alone has been enough to reignite interest in the entire situation. As more details circulate, the story becomes even more complicated. Some sources claim that Kevin may still be influencing things connected to Wendy, even after the divorce. There are rumors about financial activity happening quietly in the background, including claims of accounts or transactions that aren't immediately visible. Others suggest that he may have tried to stay involved in her professional decisions, offering input or advice that could shape outcomes behind the scenes. None of these claims have been officially confirmed, but they continue to spread, adding more layers to an already complex situation. And at the center of it all is the question people can't stop asking. Is Kevin simply trying to stay connected, or is there a bigger strategy at play?
Unsurprisingly, the internet has a lot to say about all of this. Social media is filled with reactions, theories, and debates about what's really going on. Some people believe Shireena's warnings should be taken seriously, seeing her as someone who might have inside knowledge and a reason to speak up. Others aren't so convinced, questioning her motives and wondering if this is just another chapter in a long-running public drama. At the same time, the situation has sparked a wave of memes and viral content, with people comparing the drama to movie plots and reality TV storylines. While some of it is lighthearted, there's also a deeper level of interest. Many fans genuinely want to see Wendy succeed and move forward, and the idea that something or someone could interfere with that progress is something they're paying close attention to. What makes this situation even more intense is the timing. Wendy is believed to be working toward a comeback, possible returning to the spotlight after everything she's been through. That alone makes this moment critical. If she's truly on the verge of rebuilding her career, any distraction or complication could have a major impact. According to the ongoing narrative, this is exactly why Shireena's alleged warnings are so urgent. The concern is that even a small opening could allow old patterns to return, potentially affecting not just Wendy's finances, but her overall stability and direction. At the same time, there's growing speculation about what could happen next. Some people are talking about possible legal actions, others about public statements or revelations that could change everything. Nothing is confirmed, but the sense of anticipation keeps growing. Beyond all the rumors and speculation, there's also a very human side to this story. Long-term relationships don't just disappear, especially when they involve both personal and professional connections. Even after everything that's happened, there may still be emotional ties, shared history, and complicated feelings that don't simply go away. That's part of what makes this situation so delicate. It's not just about business decisions or public image, it's also about trust, memory, and moving forward without repeating the past. If Shireena's claims are accurate, then her role could be more than just informative. It could be protective. But whether Wendy sees it that way is something only she can decide. Right now, everything feels uncertain. Wendy Williams appears to be standing at a turning point with the opportunity to fully step into a new chapter of her life. Kevin Hunter remains a controversial figure, with questions still surrounding his role and intentions, and Sharina Hudson has stepped forward in a way that has added even more intrigue to the story. The truth is, we don't know exactly what's happening behind closed doors. We don't know which claims are accurate, which are exaggerated, and which might be completely off track. But what we do know is this: People are watching closely, and the story is still unfolding. Will Wendy choose to completely move on and leave everything behind? Will these warnings turn out to be important, or just another layer of speculation? And could there be even bigger revelations waiting to come out? At this point, anything feels possible. If you've been keeping up with this story, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you believe Shireena is genuinely trying to help Wendy, or do you think there's more going on behind the scenes? And don't forget to like and subscribe, because if this situation continues to unfold the way people are predicting, this might just be the beginning.